Hey guys, it's West Coast Arachnids. I'm just doing a little update on my Lasiodora difficilis number 1. He molted. I think he molted the night before last. I haven't been able to get to the video of it. Last night I was trying to do a video and my battery went dead, and so I had to plug it in for the night. Anyway, there's the molt. Looks really tiny, but it's kind of, well, there it is. Looking for the camera. It's kind of chewed up a little bit. No abdomen left on it. Let's see if I can dig the rest of it out. There's another part of it. Some legs, and I think that's part of the abdomen. I don't know. Anyway, I want to check on him. This is his little burrow cover that he had. You can see the web on there. Just going to get rid of that. Just put it here for now. And I'm going to see, since that molt is kind of buggered and it almost looks like one of the legs kind of never molted. Never did change the battery on this thing. I'm going to pause here real quick because I'm going to change this battery. Right back. Okay. Way much gooder. We got light. Probably have a little more light if I move some of this stuff this way. But never really gives me enough. So I can kind of see him in there. Looking much bigger. As the Spider-Man would say, looking absolutely beautiful. Yeah, excuse my horrible English accent. I'll kind of try and get him to come out if I can. Yeah, he's laying back there. I'm gonna have to lift this up here so I can see in there. I don't want to squish it. It's only been a couple of days since it molted. I wanted to give it time to harden up before I actually got it to come out. Okay, here it comes. Oh, I'm sure as soon as I put it down it runs back in. Come on, little fella. You come out. Oh, you want to. Everybody wants to see you. Oh, it's awesome looking. Doesn't want to come out in the light though. Up goes the butt. Total adult colors. All of its legs. There's a piece of the molt. Don't want you to go back in just yet, buddy. I want to take some pictures. Here's a piece of the molt. Got some stuff stuck to it. There's another piece. Yeah, I want to try and get it to climb on out of there. Very long-legged. Might have a male on my hands. That's alright. Very nice looking. I'm actually going to get one or two more, because I mean I did have a fatality with one of these. So I'm showing a little bit of attitude. I don't think he likes being pushed around just right now. Oh, his fangs are black. He might have molted a while ago and just pushed the molt out recently. He has been kind of reclused into his thing. From what I see on the abdomen, it's hard to tell, but it could be a male. Let me see if I can get him to come out. I'm up there, buddy. Come on. They're really hesitant when they first feel the warmth of your hand. Once they're on it, it's hard to get them off. It's getting a fair size now. I have to say that's easily 2.5 inches. Let's see if I can get a measuring tape on it. Doing this with one hand's a little tough. Okay, let's get a, well, relaxed it's 2 inches, so 2 1/4. 2 1/4 at best. It's gorgeous looking. I wish I could get a better, I'm going to pick this up here. See if we can get a better view of it here. I'm not too hang on a sec. Doing this with one hand's no good. I don't want this tipping over just right where it's at, or he's going to be pancake. Alright, there we go. Get it. There we go. Kind of got it in focus. Awesome looking. Much bigger than his brothers and sisters. None of them I can see they're out. That's actually the only difficilis here. And this one, I wish I can get them side by side, but I don't want them to attack each other. This one's completely brown. And it was completely brown before it molted. And his brother or sister, just gonna try if I can get him to go back in there nicely. Love the way they walk. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Love it at that size. I've been fattening up some mealworms. All I do is I stuff them into a little container like this, and I'll take a carrot or any other piece of juicy vegetable, and I'll put it in there with it and with them all. And they had probably half of one of those baby skinned carrots you buy in the little 1-pound bags, and you can just eat them just as they are. I took half, I split one down the middle and then broke half of that. I took the half and I broke it in half, so 2/4, and threw it in here. And that was yesterday, and it's gone. And that's only maybe 30 mealworms. And they're getting a fair size. So I got three different sizes of mealworms that I usually keep out. I need to refill the other ones. Just gonna riskily put that over there right now without its lid, and we're gonna, just so I can make room for this guy, so I can put it down. But I don't know if you can see in there. That one in there is his brother or sister, and it is completely pink. There's not an ounce of it that's brown. Nothing. Dropping lids everywhere. He's crawled up underneath there. We'll never get him now. But he's fat and ready. I think he'll molt soon. Maybe it's a female. You know, it might take a little longer. Once they start reaching you know, 1.75 to 2 inches, then you'll notice the males will start molting a little quicker than the females. And if you can get a sex on them early enough, you can actually slow the male's growth by simply turning down the temperature, or putting them in different temperature zones. Like for instance, I got this shelving unit. You put the female up where it's hotter, and you put the male down low, and then, you know, the male is going to constantly be a few degrees cooler, and you feed them about 1/4 to 1/2 as much as you would the female. And that will boost the female, just being in a hotter temperature and feeding it more. It'll encourage the female's growth, and it will discourage the male's growth by having it in a cooler temperature and not feeding it so much. So you can actually try to get them to mature around the same time. Don't think there's going to be much possibility of that with these being siblings, because the male's just going to mature too quickly. But it is a Lasiodora, so you never know. I may get them to mature around the same time if I really try. But right now I'm basically after females, so this is why I buy multiples. These are all Lasiodora parahybana, these two Lasiodora difficilis. That's my only Escalciatum. So yeah, hopefully I'll get you know, at least a female or two out of these, you know. And these are all Acanthus, or no, these are Brachypelma apopulosum. These three are the Acanthoscurria geniculata. That's the Ischnicolini, Dominican Republic. That's N. chromatus, Nandu chromatus, and T. costrica, the black triangle. There's 3 of each of those ones, and 4 of the Brachypelma apopulosum. Then I've got 3 OBTs, or no, 4 OBTs, sorry. All 4 of these are OBTs, and those 3 in the corner there are the P. erminia, Venezuela sun tigers. And of course, up here we have, these 3 are P. cancerides, and those 3 are the Brachypelma vagans. I'm ordering some more teas this weekend because of the shipment that I got refunded to me, and I have a replacement tea ready to go, and I'm going to replace at least one of my difficilis, one of the Ischnicolini. I'm going to probably get 1 or 2 more, maybe 3, because that's the one we're replacing, so I'll get 1 for sure, and then maybe I'll order 1 or 2 more. I think I'll probably just order 2 more, and then I'll have 4 altogether, because they're very tiny right now, and they only grow to a couple of inches, so they're quick growing species, and I'd like to try and breed them if I can. But yeah, that's it. Just doing a quick update on that, and she looks like she might go in there and have a drink, or maybe just did. I kind of missed it. That water dish is full. Always try to keep them full. Little tip, you see how that little piece of dirt is sitting inside that lip of the cup? It literally will suck it out like a straw and pull it in to all the dry substrate around it. Excuse me. So if you notice your dishes are getting dry really quick, make sure there's nothing, not even a tiny little piece of you know, thread of coconut fiber, like that little you can see that little piece. If that was tipped over, it would literally just continue to pull. Sorry, knocking things over. It would continue to pull the water out. I actually noticed that with the S. calciatum. I kept trying to fill it up and noticed an hour later it was completely dry. And I filled it up and watched it, and actually within 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes, maybe a minute, it was completely dry. I watched it drain out, and I thought there was a hole in the cap, so I went to the washroom, rinsed it all out, and filled it up with water, and there was no hole. And then I clicked that the substrate was actually pulling the water out. So, yeah, if you're noticing your water dish is emptying, try pulling the substrate away from it and keeping it a little higher. So you notice, I mean, he's, like I said, 2 inches. They're probably 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 before. He's kind of skating on the water there. So you really don't have to wait too long to put a water dish in there. They really like their substrate dry, most of them, especially terrestrial species. Even some of the burrowing species, you know, that kind of like to burrow a bit and also like to nest in trees or at the base of trees or inside trees. They kind of like it dry. They like the substrate dry. Like the S. calciatum, the substrate should be completely dry. You'll notice this is wet, but inside there in its home, you can see the bit of white there. That's a Dixie cup, so it's completely encased in plastic, so that wet doesn't really get in there, which is good. Keeps mites out. Also keeps your tarantula from its burrow or den getting moldy inside, especially if they don't pull their boluses out. It's always good to completely clean out the enclosure, you know, every month or 2 or 3 at the most. You don't want to wait too long. You know, clean it out, because they'll move from den to den. They're not going to sit in the same place their whole life. Generally out in the wild, they'll be forced out by floods or other animals or other insects or anything. You know, you'll generally see 2 holes in their burrows. I might be able to give you an example here. No, he's completely closed himself in. This is the Brachypelma vagans. I don't know if we can see him. Is he out? Anyway, all the Brachypelma vagans have had 2 holes up until recently, which, there we go. This one. I'm just gonna pause you while I get this ready. Okay. Not sure if you can see there. That hole right there, there's hole number 1, there's hole number 2. The reason they have holes, 2 holes or more in their burrows is to escape any predators that may come down one hole, so they can just bolt out the other one. This one here, if you can look down there, you can see his rump. The little Mexican red rump. Tequila Taco Bell. Alright, he's down in there anyway. I'm hoping they'll molt soon. They already have their adult colors. They're probably just as big as this guy is now, and they molted back in January. So they grew extremely fast. Brachypelma vagans, if you want a fast growing Brachypelma, that's one to get. Brachypelma smithi, you can expect some pretty slow growth out of it. They're really slow growing. Brachypelma vagans, within the first 2 years, within the first year, you're going to expect a 2-inch spider, maybe more, 2 to 3 inches, and then after that they kind of slow down a bit. But the Brachypelma smithi, they're extremely slow. You might get from a 1/2 inch to a 1/4 inch in the first year, or 3/4 inch in the first year. So that's something to consider when you're looking for species. Brachypelma are awesome beginner species, but do look into them because they do vary quite a bit. Anyway, that's it. Just a little update, a little molting update, and general update on all the spiders. And there's one of the PR mini right there. They're really kind of striking in color. I'm gonna do probably care sheets up on all of them at some point, going over everything per species or per genus and subspecies individually per video. So Brachypelma videos will be there'll be multiple. Anyway, I'll just do them on the ones I have, and then as I get them in, I'll do more. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, just leave them below in the comments. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. That'd be awesome. It'll help me out quite a bit. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye for now.